Good day, Ali. Can you hear me? Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Mr. Abraham.
How are you doing?
Yes, sir.
How is your day going? Or how's your week been, rather?
Mine has not been okay. Can you hear me?
Sorry, I can't hear you.
I said
Yeah, I can
mine
hear you.
has not been okay. Is this tool is giving me a headache?
Yeah, I just saw your error message. It's just
I mean,
number
like
of
the other one, or the one that no code one, like the way we have to like pull the data, right? So I don't know whether you need the data to be pulled to when someone open the link, the data, like the file has to be appeared in the folder, right?
You're talking about the
Make.
command.
I mean the make
Okay,
for
the
the
make.
that no code. Yeah, so I
Okay,
mean
so
that the
you can't
first one.
export make files.
I didn't submit it. That's why I made it. No, that's why I didn't. So like
You can just
I was unable to get the data.
okay.
So I don't know why. I've
Well,
been trying this since 2 days ago, and I'm not able to get a file from the folder.
you can't export make folder. Basically, if you want to make your submission, just maybe a screenshot or a screen record of the workflow working should suffice for make.
No, I'm
So
not saying that. I said I'm not able to receive a file in the when I open the link in the folder. So the file is not there. I don't know if that's what you are requesting for. That's what
yeah, that's
is
what
in
I'm
the assignment.
saying. Like make would not allow you to export the file, the automation file. You know,
Oh.
when you use anything, you can export your file as JSON,
Mm-hmm.
but make doesn't allow that. So if you want to use that as a submission, you either make a
Oh.
screenshot or a screen recording of the automation.
No, I'm not trying to export. I'm not saying I should export. I
Okay,
don't even know if I should show you what I'm talking about.
but please do,
What's
please
the
do.
question? I think is the question is asking because both of us were discussing. Now, after the flow has worked from the Google Sheet and to the
Yes,
Google Drive and to the Gmail, you get a
yeah,
notification on the Gmail that their so and so this has been created. Here is the link. So what he's saying now, that information should appear on the folder that has been created on the Google Drive. But I told him
yes,
that I think that's not, it should appear inside the folder or the
yes, it should.
folder will be created. Already the folder was created, but I think he's saying that information that you get on the Gmail should appear on the folder.
Okay, so it's
That's
not
exactly,
appearing in the
exactly
folder.
what you're saying.
Yeah, the file that Google Sheet file should appear in the folder, right?
Yeah. Um, Probably maybe after today's class, before we end today's class, we are going to look at it together. You share your screen and then we'll debug it together. But yeah, just hold on with that for now
Okay.
while we do today's class. Okay. Good afternoon, Mr. Okorie and Miss Mary. How are you doing today?
Okay, good
Hello.
afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sir. Doing very well.
All right. We didn't see you throughout last week, so I was wondering what was
Good
going on. Is
afternoon.
everything okay?
Yes, we went into a program. We wait for a job program that
Sorry, I didn't get that.
is well.
You went for a program. Is that what I'm
I
going
said
to
we
do? Went for a
actually,
program?
yes,
Both on Saturday and
yes,
Sunday?
yes, yes, yes,
Oh, wow. All
yes.
right.
It was a week program.
Okay, okay. I understand. If you say so.
Mm.
But I do hope you've caught up with the rest of the class by watching the recordings.
Ah, not yet,
Not yet.
not yet. Joe.
Please get to that too, because that class is a very essential class. It's basically what we are going to be doing from here on out. So it's very important that you understand what was done in the previous class. Even without understanding what was done in the previous class, you find it really hard understanding what I'm going to do today. So please try
Yes,
on
well.
your own time. Try and watch the recording. The two
I saw the
recordings will be uploaded.
N8
Yeah.
search.
Yes. They've been updated. Okay. So for today, we're if you check your curriculum, we are to treat OpenAI API and Cloud AI API. But I had a discussion with the CEO, the organizer of the program, um, as to provisions for those API. Because if you want to use OpenAI API or Cloud API, you are going to need to have a subscription. And I think the least amount they offer for subscription is it, I think $20. Yes, yeah. I know. I remember Cloud Procon is $20. It's also need at least $20. So we established that some of you might not be able to, get a subscription in OpenAI or Cloud. So for those that can, if you know you are capable or you already have one already, that's great. You can use it. But for the sake of the others that can't, we are going to be using another AI provider that offers a flexible plan. That means they have a free tier. So we're going to be using that free tier for our class today. So I've kind of restructured today's class to be around that particular AI model. We're going to use that particular AI model to run an automation. So what we are doing today, we're going to just be looking at another workflow, the same way we did last week. We're going to be looking at, in this particular workflow, we're going to be integrating artificial intelligence. So we're going to see how AI can power our automation. So give me a minute. Let me share my screen here. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you guys see my screen? Hello, are you guys with me?
I can see it.
Okay, great. Please, let's try as much as possible to be very responsive in class. It not only helps me, it also helps you as well. Let's keep engagements at the high pace, so that the class doesn't get boring real quick. So I'm assuming that most of us, for those that were in last week's class, we already have our local anything on our system. Am I making the right assumption here?
Almost there.
Almost there. Okay. What about you, Mr. Abraham and Mr. Olumide? Do you already have your?
I didn't get you.
I said, do you already have have you already set up your local anything?
Nah, not yet though. Yesterday I was doing it all through yesterday. I couldn't. So I just have to set up first.
Okay.
I don't know whether it's the other dependencies that is affecting it, or I should not use put. Oh,
Okay. Um. Yeah.
then
Probably
for the
the
use case of that Ollama, Qdrant, and all that,
Ollama, Qdrant, and the other
or
thing.
maybe data.
No, 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 no.
Those
We can talk about it
Captain,
now.
Captain.
Hello, Mr. Anuka, you were saying?
Are we going to use them in the future?
Yeah, you're already using them. Let me explain to you what each of them does. So when you run your Docker Compose to spin up uh, the the local anything instance, you spin up anything that's the workspace itself. Then you spin up Postgres, which is going to be your database. So all your credentials, all your data are going to be stored using Postgres. Qdrant is for vector embeddings. We'll look at vector embeddings when we get to RAG system. So when you're building RAG system using AI automation, you're going to be uh, um, changing your documents into embeddings, and then using it along with AI agents to perform RAG agents. And for the last dependency, that's Ollama. So Ollama also is a cloud provider for AI models. So if you want to get free AI models, AI models that has free tier, I think they also have free AI models as well. But basically, they have a free tier that they offer you a certain amount of token per month, per week, and per day. So if you exceed your token, you are going to have to get a paid plan and all that stuff. But they have a free tier and they give you a certain amount of token on Ollama. So when you want to use Ollama models, that's why you installed Ollama along with the other things, right? So we're also going to be using some Ollama models as well. But for today's class, we're going to be using Groq. So let me show you my screen here. All right. So let me go to my dashboard. So you come to console.groq.com and you create an account. So Groq also, like Ollama, also has a free tier, and they provide different types of cloud model. Most of the open source model, GLM, Kimi, DeepSeek, and the likes are being offered on Groq. For their paid plan, they also have ChatGPT, Claude, and other models. So they are an AI model provider that offers a free tier up to a certain extent, so a certain amount of token. Then once you've gotten to the console and you've created your accounts, you go over here to get your API key. Right, so you can see I already created an API key for this particular class, CareerEx. Um, this one has been revoked. Let me just delete this. Sorry. So yeah, so this is where you create your API key. Once you create your API key, you are going to be asked to copy that API key. You are going to copy it and probably store it in a safe place, because once you create the API key, you cannot copy it again. As you can see, even if I click this edit button, I can only edit the name. I can't see the secret key again. So you would want to copy that secret key and store it in a safe place, or you put it as part of your credentials in your anything instance. So what are we doing today? We are going to be doing a customer support triage and response draft engine. So let me break that down. So basically, we have any service or goods you are selling, you at a point have customer support
It's very
where
common.
where customers can go and make complaints about probably your product and service, and then you can then respond to them based on their complaint and try to fix the issue and stuff like that. So there are people that handle customer support manually. So today we are going to automate that process. And how are we going to do it? We are going to take in the customer's complaint. We are going to segregate it by sentiment. So we want to know whether it is a good complaint, is a bad complaint, or is just neutral. So we are going to rank it by sentiment. So if the person is really angry, we are going to rank that as bad. If the person is somewhat dissatisfied with, we can put that in neutral. So in order to set our priorities, basically, then what we'll do after that is we are going to create a response to the customer, saying that okay, we've already received your complaint. Here are the likable steps to follow. In order to deal with this particular problem. Then we're going to create a ticket, basically in Google Sheets, to say that okay, this particular customer complained about this, and we've already drafted this response. So from that Google Sheet is where we would authorize, probably whether we want to send that drafted response or we want to, ignore the person. So exactly that's what this particular. So the last step in our automation is to send out the email back to the customer with the response. So with this particular automation, we are fast forwarding or we are fast tracking customer support just like that. It can be done in a matter of seconds, and even the customer will feel happy when they get reply to their complaints on time. Unlike conventional customer support that can take 2 to 3 working days, and then they tell you to come back after a week and stuff like that. So that's to admit all that process. That's what we're doing here. So basically, where the AI nodes come in is going to be in our sentiment analysis and in the response that we're going to draft, because we are not going to manually draft response for anybody, and we are not using a template. So because the complaints would diversify for each customer, so a particular customer's complaints might not be the same as this other customer's complaints. So you want to answer them differently. So we are not going to be using a template. The AI is going to be the one drafting that response, right? So great. Now that we all understand what we are building today, we are going to go down to the details. Before I continue, do we have any questions? So before I continue, do we have
For
any
the
questions?
AI model, is Gemini. You can't use Gemini for this experiment.
You could use Gemini. I think Gemini also has a free tier, so you could use Gemini as well. But for today's class, we're going to be using Groq. Probably tomorrow's class, we're going to be looking at other AI models that we can use that offer free tier. And, for those that have the capacity to, do paid, they will do paid for OpenAI and Claude. So probably we'll look at Gemini, we'll look at Ollama tomorrow. But for today, we are going to be focusing on Groq. Personally, when I started AI automation using anything, I also started with Groq. Back then, Groq was completely open source and Groq was completely free. But I guess due to AI data centers and limitation of compute nowadays, they now have a paid plan and offer very little for the free tier. So while that is all cheaper, they still offer a very decent free tier exploration. So yeah, there's that. So any other question before we continue with the class?
My question is the applications for all the models are the same, or it varies based on the AI
The
model.
applications are the same. The applications are the same. It's just that the response that you get from them might differ because from AI benchmarks, you can tell that some particular models are smarter than some particular model. So the way an AI will choose to respond to you is going to differ. So majorly it's paid subscription like Cloud and OpenAI tend to have more quality than free open source models. But nowadays, open source models are already competing with enterprise models like OpenAI and Claude. So you have nothing to worry about. And at least for this particular use case, is a very simple workflow. So we don't need anything overly complex. But sometimes when you have a very, 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 very complex automation and it relies heavily on AI, it is better to use all those enterprise providers because the free ones can, they can break in production. Anything can happen. They can break in production and stuff like that. So that's just basically the difference between those guys and Groq. Any other question? Okay, great. If there are no other questions, it's time to get our answers. Please, for those that already have their anything instance running, spin up your Docker image and follow along with the class. It helps. It helps you. It helps me, and overall, it helps us. Okay, just come in. Before I get to it, I want to open up the CareerEx platform. So here for last week's assignment, only 2 people have submitted. I don't know why. Well, I guess since only 3 people attended the class last week, this is a very good number. But for the rest, do try and complete it before the deadline. And this particular assignment as well is the deadline is next week, but nobody has submitted yet. So just a friendly reminder that you have that assignment there. Okay. Where's the attendance? Okay, there we go.
No assignment. You have to give us some guideline.
I try to make it as descriptive as possible. But if you feel that it might be too complicated
So
for
some
you,
of us are new to Python.
yeah,
Some
I
of us
get
are new to Python.
exactly. The reason why I made it that difficult is because what I taught in class was a very simple API request, and that was it. If I given you a similar assignment to what was taught in class, there's no real measure of whether you are learning anything. So the convention there is to give you something just a little bit more complex than normal. You understand? So with that little complexity, to challenge you to think and try to solve the problem on your own. Because even I don't know Python entirely. There are still some aspect of Python that I can't write or something like that. So, but if I know the underlying logic and I know the rules I want to follow, all I need is just a little research, either through Google search or through AI or whatever. So it's okay to use a crutch sometimes. If I were to use that metaphor, so it's okay to use a crutch sometimes. You don't have to memorize everything, all the functions and everything. You just rely on a crutch. What is important is that you understand what you are doing. That's why I said not to use AI too much. I know if you take the assignment and put it to AI, you get a very good result. But if you use AI, you end up missing out on understanding why this works, why this communicates with this, or why this happened. And probably the error message you come along across along the way, you also miss out on all that because you also need debugging skills as a developer, as a programmer. So uh just try the assignments. I'm sure you do fine. You don't have to get everything right. I would grade very fairly based on your efforts. So there's that. So attendance are open for today. Let me go back to my anything instance. Great. So I prepared this ahead of time so as not to waste much of our time. So basically, the first node is going to be a form, right? We looked at form in week 2 when I opened anything for you for the first time, and then we created a form when I was talking about trigger nodes. So our trigger for this particular automation is going to be a customer support form. I already named it ahead of time also. So yeah, the form just has basic inputs like the user's full name, email address, the product or service they want to complain about, and I put some options there. The issue, the summary of the issue, a detailed description, the urgency of the problem, the order or account ID, and that's it. So that's it for the form. So when you click execute workflow here, let me just execute this particular node. The form comes up. So you have your field for your full name, email address, product or service, summary, detailed description, and urgency. For full name, just going to put in John Doe, and then I'm going to put in my email address. Let's say I have a problem with shipping and delivery. My problem is going to be missing order. Right, so let's say a detailed description. My order has been pending for a while. Then I'll say it says it's been delivered. Sorry. But I haven't gotten anything. Okay, so that is a short description of my problem, and the urgency is going to be high. Let me just put it to high, and I'm just going to make up a number, right? So let's just say ORD. So submit this. Hmm. Something is not right. Should, sorry, real quick. Shouldn't be taking that long. Should do my email, shipping and delivery, um, missing order. Okay, yeah. So that's supposed to be instant that way. So that's our first node, the trigger node. So I think I'm going to cut it off here, and I'm going to pin this node. So basically what I mean by pinning the node, I'm pinning the information I just put in into the node. So if I click execute workflow, it's going to run the information I just put in and then do the others. So I'm just going to execute it up to the third node. Okay. Okay, so I've not configured this one finished, but let's look at the first node. So basically what I did here was after the form, we want an AI node, right? So let me delete this here for a while. Just put this, bring this here. We'll wire that back. So we want an AI node to sense the sentiment of the customer. So we come down to AI, right? So we have different AI providers. We have Anthropic, Alibaba, Gemini, Minimax, Kimi, and Ollama. So, but Groq is not one of all these provider. If you had one of all these provider, you just click it and perform the action. But since we are using an external API, we're going to be selecting a basic LLM chain. So this is a simple chain to prompt a large language model. We all know what large language model is. Don't need to explain that. So yeah, so the first configuration I'm going to be asked for is to source the source for the prompt. That means the prompts that we're getting. So by default is going to be the connected chat trigger node, but we don't want that. That's a very direct chatbot node or something. So we are going to choose the option to define below. So you can see from our lesson in week 3, we have prompts for user message. So this is where the user message is going to be. So we can add other prompts for system, for user, and the likes. So let's say we're going to put system message here. So this is going to be where we're going to define the personality of the model, like we did in week 5, right? So I'm just going to exit out of this and show you what is already on ground. So let's delete this and connect back to this. So this is my system prompts. So let's read through the system prompts together. Can you guys see the prompt, or do I need to zoom in? Hello, are you guys still with me?
You can zoom it a bit. Yeah.
But how do I get exactly?
Sorry, I didn't get your question.
How can we get access to the
How can you get access to my prompts? I would include my prompts in the resources if it is something you need, but it is something you can engineer yourself, and that's why we did that particular lesson on prompt engineering. But if it is necessary, I'm going to include the exact JSON file. I'm going to export the JSON file of this particular lesson, and I'm going to include it in the resources. So you can, from there, copy the prompts in case you want to use it in another workflow. So, but yeah, basically, I say you are an expert customer support analyst, right? Your job is to analyze support tickets and return a structured JSON triage. That is the output I want assessment. So always respond with only valid JSON, no markdown and no explanation. So I gave an example of the JSON structure I want. So here we have, we're going to have a priority category. So it can either be P1 to P4, right? So, and we're going to, I defined what P1 to P4 means below here. We're going to get that real soon. The category, the subcategory, and the user sentiment. So whether the user is frustrated, neutral, positive, angry, or confused, right? So the estimated resolution time. So basically from what you can sense from the, what is going to be the estimated time the issue is going to be resolved, suggested departments, the key issue, the risk flag, and a summary of the triage and the confidence score. So this confidence score is just to show the AI's confidence in its answer. So for the P1 to P4, these are the guidelines. So priority one is a critical priority where you have system down, data loss, security breach, or a revenue blocked. Priority two is major feature being broken, being error. If the issue is deadline sensitive and stuff like that. Priority three is partially functioning issue, general questions with time pressure, and priority four is low general inquiries, minor UI issues, and feature requests. So that's basically the system prompts, and then we have the user prompts. So this is where we just drop in all the details. So basically what I've done here is I've dragged over all the information. I said triage this support tickets. I dragged over the full name, email, the product, the issue, the description, and the urgency level, and so on and so forth. So basically the metadata I got from the form. So okay, so there is a problem because from was that was given, the AI clearly didn't give us a valid JSON prompt. This is a text, so from here to here. But we're going to troubleshoot that in a minute. But let's look at the AI's response. The priority is a P2. That means that's probably because it is deadline sensitive. Category is shipping and delivery. The subcategory is missing order. My sentiment is frustrated. Estimated resolution time is 24 hours. Suggested departments, logistic and delivery, the key issues, order not received, incorrect delivery status, or urgent resolution required. Risk flag, potential customer churn, urgent resolution required. And the summary of the triage, the customer's order is pending and marked as delivered, but they have not received it, causing frustration and urgency. The issue needs to be resolved quickly to prevent customer churn. The score is a 90. Okay, so let's, before we continue, let's try and fix this particular problem where the AI is not giving us a valid JSON, right? So I'm going to come here. This is a valid JSON structure that I gave as an example. So what could be the problem? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy it from here. Control A, Control X. Right. So, and I'm going to add it as a system prompt and put the message here, making it an expression. Okay. So everything is jam-packed together. So we're going to try and sort that out. And last one, not least, is going to be this. Okay, and this one too is going to go down. So sorry. Okay. So we're going to make this Control C and Control V. Great. So we're going to delete this particular chat message, and then we're going to try and execute this step again. Do the same thing. Still not a valid JSON. Okay. So pardon me for a moment. Control C. I'm going to go to I'm going to say format this. Sorry, caps lock was gone. JSON. So I'm going to copy this and we're going to try again. Here we go. Still basically the same thing, but this is more detailed. So hopefully let's see if this would work. Nope, still the same thing. Require specific output formats. Okay. So this might be due to the quality of our model. So let's try and change the model a bit. See if we can find a better model. Coin. Let's click on this. Execute step. Oh wow, this is even worse. Okay, use OpenAI GPT OSS. Okay. All right, so we have a well-structured output. So basically, you can see one of the limitations of using open source model. So the model that we were using initially was Llama Versatile, and it didn't format it properly, or basically just give us a JSON text, but it was still formatted as text, so it didn't format it properly. Same thing with the other model that we chose. That was Coin 3.0. So the current model I'm using now
So
is
sorry,
GPT.
I think you can add a. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Continue.
Yeah, I can hear you. So I was saying that I saw that you could add like a what do we call it? A JSON output parser to the model to the agent to ensure that use return JSON.
That's what I did. So I added my kind of echoing. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, so I added basically a training wheel. This is a structured output parser. So its own job is to basically enforce the format of the output. So I decided to generate the JSON from a JSON example. So the example that we had earlier in the prompts, I just pasted it here. If it's already here, I don't even really need it here, but I'm going to leave it as it is. But you can remove it in order to save token. In fact, let me do that. So in order to save token, you can just remove it here because everything is still going in at the same time. Okay. So basically, yeah, we've already have our output, and you can see the reason why we need it in a valid JSON format so that we can, operate on it categorically. So this is the schema, this is the table, and this is the JSON formats. So our priority is P2, shipping, and so on and so forth. We've already read out that one. So now that we have our triad analysis, the next step is to draft our response. So we're going to come here. So in this particular node, I haven't configured it finished yet. So let me remove this, and this. So write a support response. Write a support response draft for these tickets. So we're going to have ticket ID. So we can get our ticket ID from the form that we submitted earlier. And key issues, risk flag, summary. So we use this as our ticket ID. Priority. I think priority is P2, right? So write the support response for these tickets. So we're going to include all the information, the category. Sorry, let me come down here. The subcategory, Control Z, sorry. The subcategory, we're going to have the sentiments, established resolution time, suggested departments, right? The key issues. Oh, sorry, rather than doing it manually one by one, I can just take the whole output. Okay, it's going to return it. Okay, Control Z. Okay, here we have the risk flags. Okay, and then the summary. So we want to draft our email from the users from the triage analysis. So we are going to execute step with this. Okay, so this is our. So it says, dear valued customer, I'm so sorry to hear that your order has been marked as delivered, but unfortunately you have not received it. I can understand how frustrating and disrupting this must be for you, especially when you were expecting to receive your package. I want to assure you that I'm here to help action to investigate this matter further. I have confirmed that the order status indeed shows as delivered, but I also see that you have not received the package. I'm going to escalate this issue to our fulfillment team and request an urgent investigation into this matter. In the next 24 hours, we'll be taking the following step. We'll be retracing the package, re-verifying your delivery address, and if necessary, we'll be reshipping your order to you. You can expect an update from me within the next 48 hours with a resolution or a clear plan of action. If you have any further questions or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out to me directly. I am committed to resolving this issue for you as quickly as possible and ensuring that you receive your order. Thank you for your patience and understanding, and please feel free to contact me at your convenience. So basically, that is a sentimental email, and you can tell that it doesn't even feel AI generated. It feels very personalized, and that's due to our user. That's due to our user prompts. So in case you can't see it as well. So it says you are a senior customer support specialist known for empathetic, clear, and effective response. Write professional support email reply that open with genuine empathy and acknowledgement, uses the customer's name, clearly confirms you understand the specific issue, provide 2 to 3 concrete next step solution, set clear expectation on timeline, and end with a reassurance. Keep the tone warm but professional. And the length should be between 150 to 250 words. So only reply in the email body, no subject line, no JSON, and no Markdown formatting. So obviously, it did some Markdown formatting here and some other stuff as well. So that's probably due to the model again. So I'm just going to change it to OpenAI model as well. So let me run that again. Execute step. We'll still the same thing. So we are going to add so after we've drafted our response, what is next is to And also in the response, I'm supposed to include the customer's name as well. So I'm going to get that from the form. So the customer's full name should be here. There we go. So we have the customer's full name so that the email can feel personalized. Because here it only has a placeholder for customer name. So it says, hi, customer name. That's because we didn't include the customer's name. So if we rerun the prompt again, okay, so hi, John. So now we have a personalized email to go. All right, so we've done our triage, we've drafted our response. What is next is to create a ticket, right? For that particular person. So we're going to be using the Google Sheets notes to create tickets. So I've not had time to set up the credentials for this yet. So we're just going to do it together, try and set up credential. So because of this is a local deployment, we won't have the opportunity of just signing in with Google. So there are probably going to be other steps that we are going to follow to link our Google account. So you can see here that it's required that we have a client ID and client secret. So what you do in this kind of scenario, is to read the documentation. So go to anything documentation, Google Auth single service. Okay, great. They have a support video, but we're not going to be watching that together now. So we're going to go to here. Okay, a custom OAuth setup. Okay, so we'll be going to the Google Cloud Console project and we'll create a new project. And from that, we are going to do a lot of other things. Oh, wow. This is going to take a lot of our time. I don't want us to waste time on this. So here's what I'm going to do. Close. I'm not going to how would I put it? I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to add the credentials on the local anything right now, but I'm going to be doing that at a later time, but not on this call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a cloud provided option. So that one is just as easy as signing in with my Google. So I don't have to add the client ID and the rest. But for you that you are going to be doing it, so on your own time, you are going to do that setup. All you have to do is follow the instructions that are in the documentation, and you can see from just glancing the documentation that there's a provided video also. So watch the video, follow the instructions, and basically do the setup. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is let me close this instance. Control C. So I'm going to copy that. No, sorry. Excuse me for a moment. I'll be back. All right, so I'm back. Where are we? Uh, Hello, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I don't know.
So I was asking, does anyone have any questions so far? Are you sure you guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, great. So I'm
Everything
assuming there
is
are no
looking
questions.
like abracadabra.
Abracadabra. Oh, wow. Mr. Abraham, I already said it at the beginning of this cohort that we are not doing magic here. We are all people of how do I say it? People of higher intellect, so we know what's going on behind the scene. So there is no magic going on here. So if at any point you don't understand something, always feel free to ask. So there's no magic there. It's all just computing. So what part exactly is looking like abracadabra? Hello, Mr. Abraham, are you
Screen.
still there?
Can you just see your screen? Your screen, can you just share your screen?
Oh, my screen is not being shared. Okay, sorry. Give me a moment. I didn't know. The laptop is hanging a little bit. So share my screen soon, so you guys should just be patient. Oh, so sorry guys. I had to restart my system. So I'll be with you soon. Just said I should so I guess wait.
No, no problem. My question is, I think maybe it can be responding while the system is able to. on all the nodes, is the AI model working behind the scene on all? I know from the first node on form submission, there are different nodes before the final email. So,
Yeah.
so the AI
So
works on.
on the instance we call the instance is where we call the AI, right? Um, those are the nodes in which the AI works with. I didn't really show it earlier, but key. I don't know if you caught it. I added my API key as a credential. So all it's basically doing is making HTTP requests to that particular endpoint for Groq using my API key as authentication, right? So once you make a request, you get a response. So that response is now formatted into a way that how do I put it? Into a way that is very appealing to users. So it will not just look like corporate jargons. Do you understand?
Yeah, it's clear. But you said you used Groq. So where, at what point did Ollama come in? I think
So we've not yet used Ollama yet. Ollama, we are going to be looking at Ollama tomorrow. Looking at some of Ollama's models tomorrow. For today, we are looking at Groq models. Is that okay?
okay, but you were okay. The models you were adjusting for the JSON's output is still under Groq.
Yes. Those are the models that Groq provides. So you can, if you notice, most of them are open source model, right? So the first one I used Llama, for the other one I used Qwen. Qwen is also an open source model from the Chinese. Okay, so I'm back. Let me share my screen. So can you guys see my screen now? Hello? Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, we can.
Hello? Hello, are you guys still there?
Hello, yes, your screen can be screen. I
Hello?
see now your screen is visible. Hello.
Yes, we are seeing your terminal. So.
Hello, can you guys hear me? Hello?
We can hear you.
Um, say try and join the call again. Hello, can you guys hear me now? Hello?
We can hear you, sir.
Okay.
Yes, we can hear you clearly.
All right. Entire screen. All right, you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, but very tiny.
Okay. Let me. How about now? Is it better?
Yes.
Okay, that's great. Basically, this just makes it easier for me to connect my bullshit and the likes. So that's done. Saved. Backspace. Okay. So we're going to have to do something. So just a few we didn't save our we didn't save our automation before my computer hanged, so we have to start from the beginning again. That's why it's important to always save. I guess I'm just going to do something real quick here. Define below. System, okay. So let's do this. I'm going to add another AI chain. This as well. Let's see. Flex this here. I just hope we can at least recover some things. But I doubt if we'll be able to. Okay, great. Thank God, everything is still intact. So we don't have to go back. So I can just copy this and then bring it here, and let's delete this. I'm just going to paste that here. Oh, wow. Came out funny. I guess you have to add manually. So it's not all the time that um, the platform passes the stuff properly. So define below. So we're going to have to end up copying our chat prompts. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. So we're going to go and copy our prompts from here. I'm going to paste them here.
So I have a question. So whatever you enter individual user box, are you still set out to set out?
Whenever what?
Right? I mean, like whatever you enter in the C, like system prompt, is it the same as user's prompt?
Yes. You mean this
You
particular
enter,
tab
yeah, you
right
enter
here?
the same information. Yeah, you enter the same information in the user prompt and the same information in the system prompt.
Okay,
I don't know what.
it's not the same information. This particular, the first one here, right here, this is the user prompt that includes the information of the person, and this is the system prompt that tells the AI what to do. So you can see that they are different. This one defines the personality of the AI, and I've set type to be system, and this one is by default the user's message. So do you get
Oh
the
yeah,
difference?
but this is the user prompt is like it has the user's information, right?
Sorry, your mic is kind of cracking.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
No, I mean like the user prompt carries the customer's prompt, right? Information,
No,
and then
yeah, the user prompt carries the customer's information.
yeah, and then the
This
system has tells like what need to be done with the
Yeah,
customer's information, right?
personality and what is to be done. Exactly.
Okay.
Control V, and then last one on the list. I'm going to have the system prompts here. Okay, Control A, C, Control V. Sorry.
This enable what does that do?
Okay, enable fallback model. So this
Yeah.
is what you use when earlier when I mentioned that sometimes when you have very complex automation, simpler models like the open source ones can break in production. So if you enable fallback model, if such a scenario happens where the AI model breaks down in production, it's going to divert it to your fallback model. So if I click this, it's going to add another new node. So if I say add fallback model, I can include whatever model it is I want from here, and then that will
Oh,
be
yeah, yeah,
that will
okay,
serve
okay.
as the fallback model. Do you understand?
It's like makes it like a kind of um kind of
So yeah, it catches error before it happens, so that the whole automation doesn't break in production as well.
okay.
So last but not least, we're going to rename this response drafts. Response drafts. Okay. So we're finally caught up to where we were before. So first, we are going to have to configure. Let me start with this. Configure the Gmail. Okay. Gmail is configured already. So and so is the Google Sheets. So let's have this here. Connected to this. So I'm just going to break it here for now, so that we know where we stopped and where we would continue. So execute workflow JD. Okay, that's great. So okay, so yeah, we are back to where we stopped. Good. That's good. That's good. So okay, I said next was to create our log tickets in our Google Sheets. So what we are going to do is I have not created the particular Google Sheets for the stuff. So I'm going to do that right now together with us. It's taking time. Wonder why it is taking time. So let me try and execute this particular stuff. Yeah, I probably don't need this yet. Let's remove this and then bring this to here. Hello, can you guys still hear me? Hello? Hello, can you guys still hear me?
Yes.
Okay, okay, okay. So I'm creating a Google Sheets currently. So we're going to title that Google Sheets support tickets, right? Control A, support tickets. So we have support tickets. We're going to create a few headers, right? So let's say we would have ticket ID, obviously. Tickets ID. Um, submitted. Hello? Hello?
I can hear you.
Are you guys there?
Yeah.
Sorry, I had no idea. I had already disconnected, so I was already. But anyways, I've created the Google Sheet. I've added the headers as well, so we can continue with Can you guys see my screen?
It's not showing.
Hello?
Your screen is not showing.
Okay, 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 okay. All right. I'm assuming you guys can see my screen now, right?
Yeah.
So I've created support tickets um, from lists. I'm going to choose sheet one. So basically, these are the categories in the Google sheet. So we're going to be filling them one by one.
Open this thing, your screen clearly.
So we have the submitted at real quick customer's name, email address, uh, issue summary, products, description, um, what else? What else? What else? What else? Urgency. and the reference ID is going to be the order ID. So then we are going to take the AI response. We're going to add sheets. That's the priority, the category, the subcategory, the customer sentiments, suggested departments, the key issues, risk flags, what else? Triage summary, confidence score as well. I think that's all from this particular note. Um, okay, I think there's still more. We have the summary, um, status assigned to agents. Okay, all these ones are going to be assigned. So for that, and last but not least, we have the response to drafts. Put that here. All right. So that's going to be our Google Sheet notes in a brief. All right, so we can execute this particular step and then wait for a response. Step is still loading. Okay, we already even have something in our Google Sheets. So we have John Doe's information on our Google Sheets about his sentiment, and you can see the response draft here. So from here, I can approve a particular response draft and send it via email. But how do we want to determine which email gets sent and which email does not get sent? So we are going to be using priorities. Let's wait a little while for this particular node to load. So normally I'm supposed to use a code node to merge some other stuff, but in order to keep this less complicated, I will use entirely. So further down the line, we'll be including some other nodes, the code node, the conditionals, agents, RAG, embeddings. So we're going to be having a lot more to cover. But basically, from this week henceforth, we are going to be living and breathing in our N8N workspace and just creating automation that makes impacts. This should have loaded finish. I wonder what's going on. Give me a moment, let me stop it.
For the Google Sheet, did you sign in with your Gmail account? Any
So this particular one, I'm using the cloud-based anything. So this is my own cloud-based anything I'm using. So for the local deployment, there are some uh, requirements you have to follow. So in order to keep the class short, so I decided not to do that and just authenticate my credentials using Google directly, right? So yeah, that node has finished. Let's remove this. So where is, okay, so this is priority. So if the priority is priority one, we're going to send a critical alert email. And if it is not priority one, that's for every other priority. We're going to send the standard, right? So um, let us do that. So for this, I'm going to remove this. And for the email address, we're going to just have customer's email. That's who we are sending it to. The subject, okay. So the subject is going to be the ticket ID plus the issue summary. So we've not created a ticket ID. So I'm going to leave that for now. We're supposed to use a code node to create a ticket ID for every ticket that happens. So we're going to leave that for now. We're not going to add any ticket ID. Then message that we want to send the person. Okay. We want to send our drafted response. Right. So where is our drafted response? This is our response draft. Plus our ticket ID. We don't have that, so we'll leave that empty for now. Priority. So priority is this. Expected response time. There should be a category for response time here. Okay, so estimated resolution time. So, and we also have an acknowledgement that this is an automated message and it will follow up pretty soon. So we're going to delete this for now, and we'll have that. So now we have a full-on automation workflow from the moment I submit my customer support form up until the moment I receive the email. So I'm going to run it as a whole now so that we can see the results of our automation. Let's see this as well. It's taking longer than this. Okay, so workflow finished executing. It completed before it could be stopped. So you can see that the last thread also executed perfectly. So I should be getting a support email, in my mail. So let me check my mail. Okay. So you can see my message. We're supposed to have our ticket ID here. So it's going to give me a ticket ID and a support request received for my missing order. So it says, "Hi, I'm really sorry to hear that your order was marked as delivered, hasn't arrived. I understand how frustrating this is," and the likes. So basically, you can see this is a very structured email response, and it gives the customer security, and it gives them their work is a priority for you. So we have looked at the anatomy of our automation from the beginning of the automation, where a customer makes a complaint to the point where the customer is being replied. So if this was a production grade automation, right, you can see from where we ran this thing from here to here, it took less than 2 seconds, 3 seconds to get a reply. So that creates a sense of urgency, or it creates a sense of security in the customer. And we can confidently say that the customer is happy with our customer support service, because one of the factors that decides whether a customer support service is good is the response time. So if the response time also seems unrealistic, that okay, this complaint they've already replied me, you can also add a delay time as well. So you can add a delay button so that it would seem more human rather than automated. So in order to make it seem more human, you can add a delay time, probably a minute. So after a minute, the response is going to be sent to the particular person. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed today's class. Do we have any question?
That one that says when you check in the email response, right? So that
Sorry?
says your name. Now, there's when you open your email, it says your name, senior support specialist. How would you figure to
I can't hear you properly, Mr. Onduka.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
No, I said in the response email that you just opened, it says
Yes.
your name. So where can we include that name? To fill in that gap.
Okay, so basically, we're going off the assumption that I own a company, or I'm the particular CEO or customer support assistant for that particular company. So where you can include that your name is probably in the AI prompts. So in the AI prompts, you probably have a field where you put your company's information. Just for context, if you remember from our prompt engineering class, you need to have context. So our context to be our company's information. So it's going to have our company's email, for example, and probably my name as the senior support specialist. So my name is going to be here, and this is just a placeholder, support@example.com. So if I own a real company, that particular company, or if I'm working for a real company, that particular company's email is supposed to reflect here, including the phone number and the like. So all these are hallucinated, but you can always set this by yourself in the prompts. So do you understand?
Yeah.
All right. Any other questions from anybody? Addition, subtraction, feedback? I would like us to discuss more before we end this class.
So initially, when we were talking about that what me and Abraham were talking about, right?
Yes.
That assignment that you gave us, whereby we have to create a Google Sheet, right? And that Google Sheet needs to be emailed, right? And the person that received the email, they has access to the link, should be able to get access to the folder and as well the file containing the data. But for me, I was able to receive the email with the link, but when I check the folder, is empty.
But what? When you check the
folder, the folder. So even I try using a move file module, but it still doesn't work for me.
I don't understand the full picture, but do you mind maybe sharing?
Yeah, I can share. Yeah, I can share.
Okay.
Right now.
Do that right now, and we'll look at it together. And aside from that, any other questions? You guys, Miss Mary, Mr. Okori, Mr. Abraham, any other questions regarding today's class?
No question, just to watch the replay.
It's just to what?
No, I said to watch the replay to really grasp the whole process.
Oh, okay.
Thank you so
It's
Am
still
I moving? Am I moving too fast?
lecture.
Okay. I think
It's go ahead.
Miss Mary. Yeah, I can hear you. Please, go ahead. Miss Mary, are you still with us? I don't think I can hear you anymore.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. So I went through the previous. Yeah, I'm still here. Can you hear?
You are breaking in and out.
Hello?
Yeah, hello. I can hear you now.
But can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
Can you hear? All right, sir.
Hello.
So I was actually regards to the last class that we had,
Okay.
resources, and then I found that we're talking about local automation, and then I can hear you, sir.
Uh,
Was being used as a software. But the issue out here is that actually downloadable? How do I get access to make software? That's my. Please, can you hear me now? Hello?
hello. Hello. Yeah, I can. I can. I can.
Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me?
All right, sir. So as regards to the software, right? Is it downloadable? How do I get access to that software to make software so I can better understand the lecture that happened last week? On the video I watched, I couldn't really place how to get the make software. And then for the N8N,
Okay.
yes. Is there a web version than just the installation process I saw was quite difficult to comprehend for now?
Okay. So
Is there an easier route to get into software?
okay. So to answer your question, basically, Make is cloud only, so it's only available in the cloud, and they give you a certain um, amount of token that you can use per. Is it per month? Yeah, it's per month. So they are billed per month, and the amount of scenarios you can also make in Make is very limited as well. For the free tier. But if you need to make other scenarios or many more scenarios, you are going to have to upgrade to a paid plan. But for the free tier, you get the limited amount of scenarios and the limited amount of tokens. So is perfectly reasonable. The plan is perfectly reasonable, and you can get in a lot of practice with Make. So all you have to do is just go to the web version of Make at make.com. Sign up, create an account, and then you can uh, perform the lessons that were done in the last class. As for the anything also has a platform, but the only problem with that is you only get a 14 days free trial. So that is the way their own free trial is based. So you get a 14 days free trial. After 14 days, you are going to have to make payments. That is why I offered the option to self-host, and I also included resources in the dashboard that would help you, that would guide you on self-hosting anything yourself on your system. So, and I think even though those that video is fairly technical, it is also is very easy to follow. If there's anything you don't understand or any error you come up with, like the others, you can also drop your questions on the group. If I have time, I would reply you, and I would try to help out in the system. So, do you understand?
Thank you very much, sir.
All right. So you can even see from the screen that Mr. Anduka is sharing, you can see that the make.com that is using is a web version, and that is the URL to particular make.com. So if you want to do the make exercise, you go to make.com and you create an account. All right. Any other questions, anybody? Okay. I'm going to assume there are no other questions. So starting off tomorrow, yeah, I want to make our class more fun and more engaging. So probably towards the ending of our class like this, where I ask you, are there any question, additional suggestion? Rather, after that, or should I say in addition to that, I'm going to be trying to ask you guys questions as well. So we're not going to be doing that, but tomorrow definitely I'm going to, question you guys and try to instigate discussion just to make things more engaging. So it is not only me that is doing the teaching here. We are all learning from each other. So Mr. Anduka, take me through what I'm seeing here.
So this is the Google Sheet one. The module is the first node. So I have, hold on just a second. This is the first one, right? So according to your requirement, right? What you put up there. Then in this Google Sheet, I have created just a second.
I can't hear you properly.
Oh, just a second. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, just a second. This thing is just
okay.
Just a minute.
Hello, Mr. Anduka, are you still with us?
Yeah. My this thing is the make is loading. I don't know why. That is a technical issue. Just load. I don't know what's going on.
What's that? Let me just ask a question. On that anything, okay, it's up now. No. Let me sound the can finish.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead. On anything, what
On the anything now, on that forms, customer form submission.
Yes.
Are there possibility for us to say, okay, if there are chances that the customer might want to maybe upload maybe a receipt or an invoice, can we create that?
Okay, that's a very good question. Yeah. So basically, in the forms, you're asking if you can include files.
Maybe like a
Basically,
file or
either
a
referencing
receipt,
the nature. Yeah, referencing the nature of the problem.
JPEG, PDF.
Yes, you can. Let me quickly share my screen and then I'll show you how you can do that. Where is my share button?
Okay, maybe because I'm sharing.
Okay, so if you want to add files to your form, we are going to add another form element, right? So we are going to call this uh, and say attachments. So in case the person wants to attach a particular field, so you come down to elements type and you can see we have an option for file here. So you select file. So here you can detect the accepted file types that you want. So if it is only image, you are going to be putting .jpg, .png, and .jpeg as the only accepted file type. If you want to include audio, you add .mp3. If you want it to be a video, you can add .mp4. But basically, you state your accepted file types here. So you can also include files in your form. But later down the line, we are going to be looking at file handling in anything. So we are going to be looking at how to manipulate, how to basically include files in our workflow automation, how we handle large files, how we handle video files and different types of files. So, but if you want to do that, you can also do that. You can also include that as an attachment here. So, thank you for that question. So, Mr. Anduka,
Find one final one.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Ibrahim.
From that form submission, is it possible to restrict the file size? Maybe limit it to maybe 1 MB maximum, 500 kilobytes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. We are going to be looking at file handling later in the future, but that's a fairly good question. Mr. Anduka, are you ready yet? Is it ready yet? Hello, Mr. Anduka, are you there? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Hello? Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I will just go on the distance now. I was loading. So can you see right now?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
So when I run this, I'm not able to get the file from the Gmail that I received. So when I open the link, I'm able to get a file in the what's it called, in the folder that was created.
Okay,
I'm not
so
able to.
from the Google Sheet, if a Google Sheet is added, you create a folder. Um, so what is in the folder that you created in that middle node?
In the folder?
Yeah, just click on the node and let's see what is in it.
This is where I'm confused. This thing, I don't understand.
Okay. Uh, so new folder name, share folder, yes. So you're basically creating a new folder, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So your your complaint is that when you get the email and you open the folder is basically empty. Is
Yes.
that right?
Yes.
So basically, what you are doing here in this particular node, from what I'm seeing, you are not referencing an existing folder, but you are creating a new folder. So when you create a new folder and you've not added anything to it, of course, when you open it in your Gmail, you are going to be met with an empty folder. Do you understand?
Yeah. So you mean like here now?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Hello.
can hear you.
So you mean like in the new folder, I should add something to it on the
Um,
parent
we've set
folder?
the okay. Just give me a second. Let me open the assignments so that the others can also see as well. First weeks. Don't need that again. Okay. So this is the assignment, and it says Okay, so it says the first step is to watch the rows or rows added. So your tracking spreadsheet must have a column for the clients and stuff like that. So for the intermediate action, you have to create a folder. The folder name cannot be a static text. You must map the data field from step one to dynamically name the folder using the exact structure. And the final delivery is going to be an email. The recipient field must map the client's email from step one. However, the email body must pull data from both preceding steps. Um, Basically, you have to say, hello, the client name, your onboarding architecture is ready. You can access your private upload folder here. So basically, Mr. Unduka, to answer your question, what you've done is right. It is very normal for the it's very normal for the it's very normal for the folder to be empty. Basically, what you've done is you've created a folder for your client. So the overarching sense behind that is your client has a folder directory in your enterprise or in your company where you can add add his own folder. So basically, the customer is the one to add folders to. So it is all right if it is empty. The intermediate step is just for creating the folder and naming the folder specifically after the client's name. Do you understand?
I thought maybe the file will be able
Hello?
to. I was thinking that the file will be able to generate it. How should
Hello?
to be present. Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. So, like I said, the objective is to just create that folder, not have anything inside. So, what you've done is perfectly fine. So, any other question?
Just let me, because from there you said created by step 2, created for the unique URL,
I can hear you.
which is no exist. No, you said, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
There's the core technical lesson. Students learn that step 3 has access to data generated by step 2. Okay, the new created folder unique, which did not exist when the trigger went off. So the
Yes.
data is not supposed to be data is not supposed to be present.
Yes. You said step 3 has access to data generated by step 2. So the data generated by step 2 is the folder name, which you've
Yeah,
already
I understand.
included.
So what I'm saying, like the file. So is there any way to make it like the file to be present in that folder or no need?
Yeah, it is okay for the file to be empty.
Okay. Like the folder to be empty.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So
Alright.
now that that's clarified, any other questions? Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
the
So
question
is
is
there?
on what's it called? Right? Hmm?
Hello?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can.
No, I said the NHN. So like for me, I I have this like the Docker, right? So the Docker engine is running, but I believe that I don't have all the components yet. So I tried using a GPU, but it's not. I'm still having issues. There's the hold on, like I have a this thing.
All right. So you know what? Probably we will tackle that issue either when do you have time tomorrow before tomorrow's class? Probably we can tackle it before tomorrow's class.
Like what time in your time?
Hello?
I'm asking like what time in your time? I don't even know because
That's what
you
I'm
have
going. You have to go to church and everything.
yeah. What time in your time? I'm saying yeah. What time?
Okay. In my time, are you talking about my time right now, or when I will have time tomorrow?
Yeah, when you will have time. So you say tomorrow, right?
I'm
Or yeah.
basically free anytime tomorrow, so it's based on your schedule. I don't have to go to church because I'm a Muslim. So basically, if you have time, just text me. If I'm set up, I would reply you before tomorrow's class.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Any
Okay.
other question? Any other agenda? So if there are no other agendas, I'm going to be ending today's class on this note. So do have a good day, and I'll see you guys in class tomorrow.